Alright, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another video. Today we're going to be doing fun stuff on this Jaguar. And by fun stuff, I mean, you know what? Before we jump into this, let me give you a quick update on this. The G-Wag. I took the entire face off and it doesn't look pretty. Look at that, boys and girls. Oily, muddy, antifreeze everywhere. I can barely see a bare part of an engine. It's messy, but we're gonna get to it. I did a compression test. Driver's side looks pretty good. Passenger side is a little iffy, so I'm gonna do the leak down test next, and you can catch that on part 2 of this series. Alright, let's go back to the Jag. So, the Jag. We're gonna be doing a tune-up. I'm gonna put new spark plugs on this engine. My cat converter, I think, is getting messed up because I'm running it pretty hot and it's a straight pipe. That's gonna be needing replacement pretty soon, but I think as a result of that, I'm getting some misfires on cylinders 2 and 5. So we're gonna start by replacing the spark plugs, and then we're gonna lift the car and see what's going on with the cat converter. Let's go. We're gonna try some surgeon's gloves today and do a surgery on this car. You're not gonna need my videos.
It feels so good, bro.
Hell yeah, I'm telling you, bro. It feels like they're just like hugging. They're a part of your skin. I love it. It smells very hospitally though. It smells like an ER. Alright, so let's start by unhooking right here and right there, because I want to open this up all the way to the top. I think we can do that. I'll give us some more space to do shenanigans on top of the engine. Unhinge the hood. Gave me a lot more room. It sits all the way at the top like that now. Propped it with some stickies so it doesn't chop my head off. Now we're going to start working on the spark plugs. Alright, there's little clamps on both sides. Once you press those in, these little ones, push them in, press on both sides from the bottom and the top, pull them out. 2 hoses on this side, 2 on the other side, and then we get some air lines as well. And then when the cover comes off, we have direct line of sight for the coils. I don't want to take the coil line off completely, so I'm just gonna pull these towards the car, towards the interior of the car, and then unhook him, pull the coils out, and hopefully have access to the spark plugs without taking this wire line off, which seems to be pretty simple. It's just held by 4 clamps or clips. I definitely don't want to mess with the fuel lines. I lied, because you have to take off this line, which is held by 4 clamps, to get access to the bolts right here for each one of the 4 coils on each side. So pretty easy, not complicated. Just clamp it out, push on these clamps in order and pry it out, and then we'll get access to those hex bolts. We're going to tackle that next and then take the coils out. It's a pretty good idea to replace the coils too when we're there, but I don't think I'm going to be replacing the coils. These look pretty new. I blasted them with some carb cleaner. I'm gonna let them sit for a few minutes, nicely dry out. I have my anti-seize for the spark plugs. The driver's side are all out. What I look for with the spark plugs is make sure that there's uniform wear, no oil or any residue on the spark plugs. Alright, pro tip time. Number 1, make sure that you have adequate amount of anti-seize on the spark plug. Uniform across all the threads. Do not overdo it, and also make sure there's some all the way at the bottom of the spark plug. And tip number 2, when you put it in, never ever tighten it either with a tool or a ratchet. Hand tighten before you torque it to spec. Alright, this side is done too. This side probably took twice as long as that side because just of the spacing and specialty tools required. And this little long skinny ratchet came in really handy. Right, so injectors it is today. Is it a rail?
Yeah, it's a whole rail you take out of the injectors, I think.
Right under it?
Yep.
Okay.
So you gotta take the coils out first. I don't know if this whole thing needs to be removed. I'm assuming.
Do we need to take the coils out?
Yeah.
Who said that?
I think it's gonna make it easier.
Damn, the sun is blasting. Gonna have to remove the railing for the wires for the coils. Get this out of the way. Get access to the bolts. There's 1, 2, 3, and a 4th bolt right here that holds the railing for the injectors. Then we're gonna disconnect the wires that are going to the injectors, pull it out, and replace the injectors. Trick to disconnecting the injectors is we take our flat screwdriver, pop it in there, pry it a little bit, and right, cool. So we're sliding it right there, prying it open, and then pulling it up. Very easy. The railing is off and ready to come out. Here's the steps we have to follow, the 3 steps. Number 1, there's a sensor all the way towards the cabin. This one right here that needs to be disconnected from the end of the rail. And the way to disconnect that, put your hand under that sensor, collect the little plug, and pull it toward the cabin. Number 2, the connection on the other end has to come out, this thing right here, and that will come out with an 18. And then we use a number 10 to take the 4 bolts. 1, 2, 3, and 4. The bolts are pretty long. Bring them out, and then the railing is ready to come out. So disconnect the sensor, number 1. Disconnect the fuel line on the other end. And number 3, take the 4 bolts out.
Did you completely take this out?
Yes. So the railing, after you take off all the stuff, comes out pretty easily. You just have to, pull it up from the car, comes off, put it to the side, and then here's one of the fuel injectors. This is how it looks like after you take it out. I have this tool, but you can also do it with long pliers. This makes things a lot easier because it literally, if you don't drop it, it connects on the top of the coil, and then you just tap it up, it comes off. But long pliers can also do the trick. Made some more space by taking the anti-roll bars out. You don't need to, but I just like working with a little more space. So anti-roll bars are out. It connects right here with 1 bolt, and then the 2 bolts under the cover right here. So as you can see, 1, 2, 3 of the injectors are out. This one's giving me a little trouble, so I blasted it with penetrating oil. While that's working its magic, I'm gonna go ahead and install these 3 other injectors. Then what happened is, as you can see, there's quite a good amount of rust on these injectors, and the only way rust can build on these parts is from water getting in. I think the water got in from top end of the engine, started building up and making its way to the injectors. And these things are in terrible shape. So out with the old, in with the new. You want to crank it? And of course I don't have the keys.
So I just brought the Jag in. What we're gonna do is a catalytic converter replacement. And then also we're gonna see if we can replace these exhaust tips to silver, because when we bought the car they came like this, and that's not a stock look. So these are the cats that we're gonna replace it with. I have 2 replacements, one from they are both from the same year car, a Jaguar F-Type R. The Jag fixed.